students come and inquire about things such as the 3% tuition raise for the year 2012.
So the increase in college tuition, I think personally, is a bad thing. I was just recently a student at the new school, and my tuition was pretty high, and my loans are super high now, and I can only imagine what an increase would do to the students now at coming in as freshmen, but then graduating in 4 years and the loans that they will have to procure, and job market being as bad as it is, and all this horrible stuff, that I think the tuition increase is bad and that we should be helping students, not hurting them, and the tuition increase, I feel, hurts them.
Yeah, so I feel like the tuition rate shouldn't be raised because, you know, people are in certain financial situations, and like right now with the economy the way how it is, I don't feel like it's a good decision. Adelphi is a good school, good private school. Like if you look at some other schools like Hofstra, their tuition rate is higher, and you know there's not as the student life isn't as vibrant over there as it is over here. So you know if Adelphi wants to keep the same flowing amount of students as here, if you want to keep the school the way how it is, keep it better. You should keep the tuition rate the way it is. Don't increase it.
I have to be honest, I didn't really know about the tuition increase. I don't think it's beneficial. I think if you're going to do that, you should probably let people know, especially because we pay a lot of money already. And yes, I do think that our money goes to good causes, but I mean, if we're going to enhance the amount of money we're paying, we should know what that money's going for. If it's going for a good reason, I'm sure people would be supportive of it. But if it's going for trivial things or to make, add trees or do stuff like that, I think it's kind of, not necessary. I think we have a pretty good mix. I don't think you need to overdo it. So it depends on what it's going for. But I just think it should be more known to the students what their money is going for, especially if they're going to increase it. Software, like some of our software is a little out of date, some of our equipment isn't maybe the best. So if you're going to update all of that stuff with the money, I think that's absolutely pushing us forward and making us kind of, more modern than we are. But like I said, if it's going for stuff like shrubbery and trees and stuff like that, I mean, it's really not worth it.
In response to the students, Esther Goodcuff, Associate Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs, replied.
Hi, my name is Esther Goodcuff. I'm the Associate Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs here at Adelphi. The tuition will be increasing next academic year by 3%. The tuition increase, the rationale for a tuition increase is that we are very much committed to delivering the highest quality of instruction that we can at the university in the best facilities that we can. And at the same time, what we want to be sure we're doing is delivering good support services to students, academic support services, emotional support services, etc. All the costs are rising in terms of operating colleges and universities. So we felt it was necessary to put in place a 3% increase. Now, I think it's really important for me to relay to you because I've been privy to some of these conversations about the tuition increase. It is not something that the university takes lightly. We are very, very much aware of the fact that there's a recession going on. Our students, along with many people, are struggling financially. We do not take lightly having to raise our tuition. And there has been a lot of discussion among members of our Board of Trustees, our president, our senior staff, with regard to do we need to raise tuition, and if so, by how much? And after many, many discussions, it was determined that in order for us to maintain the quality of what we're doing, that a modest increase had to be put in place. And in fact, I need to stress it. It is a pretty modest increase. We are still among the lowest in terms of tuition cost among the privates in our region. And our annual tuition increases have always been well below the national average. So even though we did have to increase the tuition somewhat the next year, it really is considered to be a modest increase. We do everything we can here to help students with regard to financial aid and helping them to afford the university. So that's all part of our thinking as well. You know, in the past, well, I would say since 2000, Adelphi has grown in its enrollment by 60%. We've hired 300 new faculty members, and we've actually either built or renovated more than 500,000 square feet.
In comparison to Hofstra University, a private Long Island university just a few miles away from Adelphi, Adelphi is still not as expensive. Full-time students completing 12 to 17 credits at Hofstra pay $16,550, whereas Adelphi students completing the same amount of credits pay only $14,135 per semester. While some may argue that the new increase in tuition is hurting their wallets, others believe that they're getting their money's worth. This has been Karim reporting from Adelphi University.